The Minnesota Fighting Vikings fan base got stirred up pretty good this morning, specifically from 9 to noon. Paul Allen, our guy, KFAN, voice of the Vikings, on his show, reported that Danielle Hunter and the Vikings, maybe they're fine. So he said this, quote, "Impeccable source told me last night, yada, yada, yada. There is no truth to Danielle Hunter planning to hold the team hostage for a new deal." He continued. Source said, "The Twitter stuff is total BS. Danielle may have contacted the team to inform them the rumors are wrong, but that's from a B-level source, so it's only just probably right." Basically, this spits directly in the face of Chad Graff of the Athletics piece this week, detailing that Danielle and his camp are finna go nuclear absent a new deal. And I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. I believe both sides in this spot. PA is obviously legit. I think that he thinks that his source is solid, but again, source. Singular, one. He even called one of them a B-level source. A journalist like Chad Graff or Strib or ESPN, whatever, probably wouldn't run with that, right? So Chad's piece, source says, multiple, plural, is journalism 101. You need at least two independent, verifiable sources to run with a story. And I respect Chad. He is a big J journalist, one of the best and most buttoned up in the business. If he's reporting it, I believe it. Where specifically, PA said source as well as B level, right? It's a different level of source and verification. And in those PA statements, let's look closely. So nothing specifically states that Danielle Hunter is happy or that he does not want a new deal. One, won't hold the team hostage. Does not mean does not want a new deal. Does not mean that he won't hold out. Does not mean that he won't ask for a trade. Holding the team hostage is a very subjective statement. Two, the Twitter stuff is total BS. So that is a wide-ranging comment. Now, it could refer specifically to the implication that Danielle could change agents that Chad alluded to in his piece, which was refuted. Chad actually got clapped back on that by Danielle and his agent, but of course that's pretty self-serving by the agent. And since we're in the middle of BS season, I always implore you, the viewer, the Jeromes, that whenever new information is leaked, go full Cicero on the bit and ask yourself, Quo bono, who benefits to whom's benefit? Because nothing leaks without an agenda and strings attached. Like no one goes to a radio guy or a journalist or an NFL insider. It's like, hey, I have information that is not going to specifically benefit me or the person I represent. It's out of the goodness of my heart. That simply does not happen. So who benefits from the waters with Danielle Hunter and the Vikings being calmed and all the talks? The Vikings. The Vikings greatly benefit from that because that alleviates fan angst. Just pay Danielle, just make him happy. You saw how booty the pass rush was last year. It gives them time, gives them cover to work something out. Who is most likely Paul Allen's source? The team. Someone involved with the team. Hell, it might even be Rick Spielman since nothing out of the Vikings front office leaks without a reason. They really are Fort Knox. Frankly, I wouldn't be shocked if Spielman is Paul Allen's actual source here because PA took great pains to list off specifically what was relayed to him. I mean, because the statement is a linguistic pile of linguini. It says nothing and refutes nothing specifically at issue here. It's a Spielman special. Talk for a long time, but actually not say a damn thing. And think about it. If the Vikings wanted to get a message out there to the fans as well as to Danielle Hunter and his camp, who has the largest platform amongst Vikings fans and who has the trust of the fan base? PA. Absolutely. I mean, most rubes heard that this morning. I was like, well, that is it. Danielle Hunter, he's happy, go lucky, ready to play out his contract. And also it's because a lot of Vikings fans want it to be true. They want Danielle to shut up and rush the passer. They want him to be like, well, you got paid last year for doing nothing. You come back and you work on half the money of Myles Garrett and Joey Bosa. That's exactly what they want. It is confirmation bias. But if you just rub two brain cells together, you realize, something's amiss here. Because you think if Danielle Hunter's agent reached out to Paul Allen and said, hey, Danielle, he wants the money and he wants a trade, right? Do you think Paul Allen's going to completely blowtorch a team like that? No, probably not. Do you think he's going to put his employer on blast? No, that would be extremely dumb. Because it is a natural pendulum swing in negotiations where, Danielle wants a trade. They're going to go nuclear. Danielle is fine. And pretty soon you're going to see something refuting the second statement from Paul Allen. And as we always say, when it's quiet, things are going well. Well, things are not quiet. So I'm guessing that things are not going very well between Danielle Hunter and the Vikings. Because Think about it. If Danielle Hunter was really happy with his contract and ready to play and ready to come back and prove that he's worth, the $12 million and change, and maybe 2 years, 3 years down the road, he'll get a new long-term deal, why wouldn't he just say it? Just skip over all of this drama, all of the nonsense, can really clear up everything. It's like, I'm under contract with the Minnesota Vikings for the next 3 years. I will serve my contract because I signed my contract, blah, blah, blah. No. But absent that, we're to believe that there is nothing rotten in Denmark. I don't know. Then why did Danielle like tweets about him being traded to the Raiders or Tennessee Titans? Did he just happen to search his name and then fat thumb him? All three of them? And why in October did Rap Sheet editorialize Danielle's surgery announcement? The Vikings have to trade him or pay him if it wasn't a plant from Danielle's agent. Does Rap Sheet just always go off the reservation like that? No, he does not. So this is far from over, man. And no, I'm not hoping that there continues to be drama for entertainment's sake. I love Danielle Hunter. I hope he retires in purple. He's a future first ballot Hall of Famer. He's going to break the sack record. I want him to be happy and stay here with the Vikings with the adequate market raise, right? And I do think cooler heads will prevail and they'll work it out. Doogie just reported on his podcast that Zimmer and Danielle talked on the phone and things went well. But of course, Danielle and Zimmer aren't the ones in charge of negotiations. Danielle's agent and Spielman are. So we'll see. But you have to be a single-celled organism to look at this situation and be like, everything's good. Everything's fine. It's like that dog in the firehouse. This is fine. And again, this is not trashing PA. I think that he does believe his source. I don't think that he would make something up just to cover for the team or sway public opinion this way or that. He would not do that. But you have to question who the source is and what they benefit from getting that information out in the public, trying to sway public opinion. And by the way, maybe this is not about the money. I mean, it could be partly about the money, but maybe it's not all about the money. Maybe this is about how the team handles injury, Maybe this is a lot like the Trent Williams situation in Washington, where maybe Danielle has a problem with how they handled his neck injury, calling it a tweak. Like it's just a crick in the neck. Oh, yeah, you just woke up. He's got a little crick in the neck, as opposed to a herniated disc. Potentially life-altering injury. But, okay, it's a tweak, Zim. Sure. I don't know. Maybe you didn't like that. Maybe, again, it's not all about the money. Maybe it's about the injury and the money. Because it's always a little bit about the money, right? But just like Trent Williams. But two things can be true at once. So, I don't know. We've heard both sides. Like, I believe Chad Graff. I believe that PA believes his source in this situation. But I don't think it's this extreme. I don't think it's that extreme either. It's somewhere in the middle, and this is far from over. Great. Just more Vikings offseason drama. Hey, if we do end up trading Danielle Hunter, can we get the equivalent of Justin Jefferson at defensive end? I guess that'd be Quiddy Pay. Okay, whatever. But your thoughts, Paul Allen? All is well. All is well with the Vikings, Danielle Hunter. Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol. Production value.